Yeah. Are you available to do a double live, or are you working right now? Let me know, Party Finance, if you are available. Man, there's only Shark Take on. Karate Kid. Wow, they have Dragon Ball Z Super. Okay, no worries. We're gonna see if this dual live picks up. Let me text Sinister Chaos. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna send a text. Oh, we get some random person.
Hi,
Hello.
are you a gamer?
Yeah, I'm a gamer.
Where are you from?
Where are you from? I'm from California.
Texas.
Cool.
Texas?
Do you do it? Texas. Nice, nice. But yeah, do you know who this is?
No.
It's Dogecoin. You need to
Cool.
go look into Dogecoin.
Cool.
All right, look into Dogecoin. Let me know.
Bye.
Bye bye. Dude, I only get live stream calls from like 5-year-olds. I wish there was like an age requirement on those live streams. 600 day. Are you mining Ethereum? Hey, I would love to hear. I'm gonna actually follow you. That was gold. Hey, I just followed you. If you can do a live stream right now, I would love to see your Ethereum setup, ratio, everything. I would love to show the audience. How you doing, Mr. Lopez? Lopez Ruiz. All right, I'm not gonna watch basketball. Let's see here. You can't hear me? Muy bien. I day trade. How do you avoid taxes? You can't avoid taxes for day trading. Let me go ahead and highlight your question. You can't. Really? I might have to. Okay, so I'll turn off my phone and turn it back on. Hold on, guys. All right. Hopefully, I'm much louder now. But yeah, if you want tax advice for day trading, don't do it. The only thing I can advise you is set it up an LLC. So if you lose more than $3,000 a year, you get a bigger tax write-off. Yeah, cool. Thanks for letting me know, because I put a lot of this stuff on YouTube, and then I realized like, oh man, my volume's so bad, and so I appreciate you guys. Okay, but remember, when you borrow, make sure it's under 3%. There's no point in borrowing money if you're paying more than 3% interest. What if I don't lose a lot? Then there's really no tax benefits I can really tell you. I just make sure you hire a good tax professional so you pay your taxes correctly on your day trading. But yeah, the interest rate is really, really important when you're trying to borrow. So keep that in mind. All right, let's get Mr. Tabrizi. He's on. I'm gonna day trade in Africa. Yeah, you can also do Puerto Rico if you want to live in a semi-American. So I got $500. I'm buying stocks. I like ARK, ARKK. I like Nvidia. I know Sinister Chaos is going to get mad, but can I invite Mr. Tabrizi? He's live streaming. Mr. Tabrizi's live, and it's funny to let him talk a bunch. He's very, very entertaining. All right, I'm gonna invite Mr. Tabrizi. Tesla will hit 400. Let me line you up, Brody. Yeah, he's funny. I don't recommend his classes, so you guys do you. But I enjoy, like, I genuinely enjoy hearing him talk. But okay, here we go. I'm gonna invite him. All right, sent the invite. Oh, bro, careful. I got,
Up there.
I got kicked off. Um, I mean, it was only for like a
Dude, I
day, but
cannot
they
hear
kicked me
anything
off.
you're saying. Cena, I can't. Oh, hold on. 1 second.
Kick me now.
1 second. Yes, I can. You got. Oh my God! You got a haircut.
Yeah, you like it?
No, you look like a Nazi. What the hell's wrong with you? Come on, dude. Like, hey,
The Bitcoin is mine.
don't
The
do that, mother.
Bitcoin is mine.
I'm in Bitcoin, motherfucker. I bought
The
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is mine.
I sold already. I'm
Give
out.
me all your Bitcoin.
I'm not playing that shit, man. It's gambling. Oh my God. I made money, dude. I'm making money. It's nothing. Oh my God, it's
So
so
I just want to give you a heads up. I got kicked off of TikTok live for a day, and they said I was doing a dangerous activity, and I was driving and live streaming. So I'm still gonna
I
do
got,
it, but
no, I didn't
huh?
get kicked off, but I got a call from TikTok, dude. I got a call from TikTok.
TikTok
Legit.
calls you.
Well, when you're best friends, well, anyway, yeah, whatever. Listen, dude, I cannot do anything like I used to. It's different, man. We're playing legit, dude. No more games. I'm not interested in games. I'm an open book, dude. Whatever you want to ask, I'll ask. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Ask. Go.
What tech stocks do you like that are crashing right now? I know everyone's buying cryptocurrencies, but you guys, if you really want to make money, you do what other people are not doing. No one is touching tech stock right now because everyone's afraid. They're like, "Oh, tech's gonna go down." That's where the
What do you mean?
opportunity is.
What you need to do is stop generalizing. Don't say nobody. Somebody bought a lot of Tesla today, dude. Somebody loaded up on Tesla today.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
Listen,
like the smart people, right? Like when you're contrarian
listen.
trader.
Stop. Listen. What you need to say is 99% of day traders kill themselves or go bankrupt or quit or give up after the first 2 years. You understand that? Start making correct statements. Your problem is you've already made it. You're not a teacher. I'm a teacher. I taught for 10 years in the toughest environment that you had to teach. Do you know what it's like to be in front of a class and you wonder, like, am I gonna get stabbed? Is he gonna throw up? You know, like when your guard is up, you teach differently. My guard is down, dude.
You taught high school?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Pierre? We got Pierre in the live stream too.
Who's Pierre?
But Pierre, I was gonna do a live stream. He just got
Guy
into investing.
Hold on, is Pierre the black guy that I was trying to do it with like 50 times and rejected me? The black guy, really
Maybe.
cute black guy, handsome athlete, very well read,
Yeah.
very educated. He's the guy?
Yeah. He's
Triple
like a
up.
new investor.
Triple up. Let's do a triple. You got triple action?
How do you do triple?
Oh.
You can't do it. So if you want, let me talk to him. Let me do a live stream with him, and then you can come back. Yeah. So give me a second, because I'm gonna restart my phone really quick because I know the volume. Okay, one sec, guys. All right, we got you.
You are.
How we
Yo.
doing?
Oh, fantastic. Now, love it.
All right.
I was actually talking about, what's that?
Go ahead. Yeah, I was listening a
I
little
was,
bit to your other conversation. I liked the live stream. I joined your other dual live. It was good. I like what you do on your live streams, man. It's really, really cool.
I appreciate that. I definitely do. It's funny because the person that I was actually in the dual live stream with, his name is 3 Question Guy. And welcome. So he's known for just jumping in random people's lives and like asking these same 3 questions consistently. And so one of the questions is, what are you most grateful for, right? And it was weird because you actually came in, and I had to shout you out actually because you opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that I did not know about. So I've been researching a lot of leveraging, leveraging. This is something I never thought about doing myself, but after talking to you, that's what I'm like working on right now. So
But
I have to give you major kudos on that.
remember, it's a double-edged sword. So when you're a beginner, just be careful with the leverage. But yes, if you really want to build wealth and you want to avoid taxes, you got to learn how to use leverage. So I'm
Oh yeah.
glad that I showed you the light. Um, Now let me ask you this though.
Hmm.
What have you been like? You've seen the market, right? Are you watching the stock market, or are you more watching
Yeah.
crypto?
No, I'm
Someone
watching
asked
both
me.
because what's that?
Okay, someone just asked me, why is it a double-edged sword? Because it can help you, but you can hurt yourself at the same time, right? If you buy
The
stocks and they
double
crash on
double down.
leverage,
You're right.
yeah,
So I was about to say when you leverage, if it goes up, it's great. If it goes down, double down. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. So that I mean
exactly.
that's it's kind of like a brutal thing. But no, no. So I've been finding like all kinds of things. Like one of the things you told me about was like Voyager. And I looked into that. I've been looking into that. But I've also seen something like Nexo. I don't know if you know about that one.
I've heard of it. People have mentioned it.
Okay.
So
So
if you get that, give me the referral code and I'll I'll
mhm,
I'll use your referral code to sign up. I haven't done that yet. Someone else gave me
o-
Celsius and I just used Celsius and it's
okay.
okay. The fees
Hmm.
are a little high on Celsius and they don't
Right.
pay as high of interest rate as Voyager.
Yeah.
But at least
Yeah.
now I use it and I can tell
Mhm.
people like, hey, I've used Celsius. It's not bad, but it's not really as good as Voyager, and especially
Right.
because of all the and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I
I
want
mean,
to I want to try the other ones too, and then that way I can actually give an opinion.
it's so true. I mean, and that's kind of one of the things I was actually looking at doing myself. Was actually looking into these different things and saying, okay, well, like for example, I really messed up, and when I first got into crypto, my first foray into crypto was PayPal. That's literally
Ouch.
the worst way you can get into crypto. It's like I tell everybody now that like do not mess with PayPal if you want to get into crypto. Don't do it. They were going to eat you up in fees, and I feel like it's like the equivalent of buying a bottle of water. What's the worst place you can buy a bottle of water? Is probably Disney World, right?
Yeah.
Because they're going to hit you with that convenience fee, and that's PayPal knows that everyone has a PayPal, so they're charging like the highest amount of fees, and you don't own it, and is like whatever. So very limited selection, the whole nine. So yeah,
What,
I
what,
learned the hard
what's
way, but because I learned the hard way, I'm able to tell other people that.
an easy solution for people is literally Square. It's you can buy it for free. You can't obviously take it off for now, but yeah, if
Hmm.
someone doesn't want to go, because like Voyager, Coinbase, some of these other ones are a little bit harder, but a lot of people have Cash App, right? Like I'm sure you know. So I feel like if someone's really lazy and they need an easy way to buy Bitcoin, it's Cash App. And that's a good stock, by the way. So this is what
Cash
I'm
App,
trying to like. Well, Cash App is a good way to buy Bitcoin, and the company that
right?
owns Cash App is called
Hmm.
Square. And to
Okay.
and to segue, like people are really bullish right now on crypto, but no one's
Hmm.
talking about the tech stocks. Tech stocks right now are getting killed, and I feel like that's the opportunity right now. You know how like no one
Mm,
was talking about crypto when crypto was cheap, and now crypto's going to the moon, and everyone's talking about crypto, and that's great. Obviously put some money in, but my thing I want to make everyone aware is like, okay, what's cheap right now? What's going down? What's
mm,
losing value? And that's
right.
tech stocks, whether it's Tesla, Square.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, if you guys pay attention to that, because once again, like, you want to be diversified.
Hmm.
When when tech is on a tear, maybe then you look at crypto or you look at other things.
Right.
And then
Right.
when tech is doing bad, that's your opportunity to buy. And it's the same with crypto. Like
Hmm.
crypto is on a tear right now. Now, if you don't have any crypto, obviously you got to get some to get in the game.
Right.
But I see an opportunity if tech prices keep going down the next week or two. You can make
Right.
some really good money. And what's cool about these tech stocks, you can actually get loans. Because like crypto, it's kind of a pain to get a loan on. You have to
Oh
have
yeah.
Bitcoin or Ethereum, and
Right.
the rate is really high. It's like 7% to borrow on your crypto. Where if you can get some high quality tech stocks, you can borrow at 2%, 1% if it's interactive brokers. So
Yeah, no, you're showing that it was like kind of the main ones. But I do have someone in here talking about the life insurance, because that's also something I've been looking at, like the whole life insurance policies
okay,
and things like that. So
I'm
about
so
borrowing
glad you
against your
asked
life
that.
insurance, make sure you keep a benchmark where you don't drain your, I guess, money, I guess, or your policy. If you have an unexpected death, part of your life insurance needs to cover your funeral plans. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And how you
Okay.
doing, Francis? But yeah, no. So
I'm glad you
so
brought this up.
what's that?
I'm very happy you brought up life insurance because that's a big,
Mhm.
big deal. And then like they have these other insurance products, but let me just tell you this, insurance is a dirty business. And there's a lot
Mm,
of money that's made on selling you that life insurance product, right? And the
mm,
whole insurance business model is give me money now so I can find a reason in the future not to give you money. And I can tell you that right now because my house caught on fire. I used lemonade, unfortunately, for my insurance. And right now I'm like trying to fight with them to pay me. And it's just like,
all
wait,
right,
I have to
sure.
wait. Yeah, my house caught on fire March 15th. It's almost been
Hmm.
2 months. Still investigating. And it's like, well, you take my payments, and if I'm late, you make me pay a late fee, but now you have to take 2 months and I'm still waiting on whether I'm covered or not. But
Yeah.
so let me bring this up about life insurance. Life insurance
Hmm.
only makes sense if you haven't been investing. If you're poor, you don't have a lot of money, and you have a family, then it makes sense to get life insurance. But if you don't have a family, what is the point of getting life insurance? I don't even understand.
So
Go ahead.
in the traditional sense, um, because there's like a multiple, like there's different ones. Because for me, I was looking at the same way you were, where I was like, yeah, the term life policies and stuff like that. But apparently, there's this, the whole life policies where you put in your money, right? You put in a block. Let's say you put in 100,000 into this policy. It's not like a premium. You're not paying a premium. It's just more or less you just put in your money. Now that money, that 100,000, is the same exact thing you told me about borrowing against your securities or borrowing against crypto, borrowing against that stuff. So it's like you do the whole life,
But
like
here's
the
the
whole term
problem.
life insurance, and then you put it in there, and then you're able to borrow from that. It's still a cash account, and you're making money and blah blah blah. But the only problem is that the rate that you're getting from what I've been searching for is not as high as what you've been showing me. So that's one
Exactly.
of the things that I'm
What's
like
the
looking
point?
into.
That's the problem. I'm telling you right now, insurance companies are dirty. The only reason you're going to use insurance company, it's like, hey, I got 2 kids, and I know if I die, I have no money for them. But that's the only
Mm,
time you should be getting insurance. And here's the deal: go to really wealthy people. Wealthy people don't get insurance because hey, I have assets. Insurance is good for people that don't know how to financially plan for themselves and you don't know how to save or invest. But the whole goal of investing is that means you don't have to give money to an insurance company and then deal with it in the future where they don't want to pay you. So if
mm-hmm.
you're going down my rabbit hole where you're like, hey, I'm going to start setting money aside, the whole idea of insurance is kind of worthless because instead of giving money to an insurance company and hoping that they pay you back, you're actually building your own wealth. And when something bad happens, you already have your own money to rely on so that there's no reason. Because at the end of the day, look at like any nice downtown skyline, you see insurance buildings, right? Do you really think those insurance companies can afford paying their CEOs 30, $40 million if they're not doing something to make a profit? So I
Mm-hmm.
know like someone's disagreeing with me, and that's fine. You can disagree with me, but at the end of the day, there's no big building for Bitcoin. There's no big building for Ethereum. That's why you can make crazy wealth because instead of money going into the CEO's private jet, and this is how Warren Buffett got rich. So let's be honest, insurance is a great business, but what do? They basically screw you in order to make a profit. That's just how the insurance industry works. And once again, I'm not telling you not to get it, but if you're able to make money in stocks, crypto, and real estate, you have to get real estate insurance. But If you're able to do these other investments, then you don't have to give money to insurance because you already have wealth saved up. And guess what? Insurance money is never going to give you, like, what is it? Bitcoin goes up 200% a year. Any good investment, Amazon, like any of these companies that give you crazy returns, no insurance company is going to give that to you because they got a CEO, they got suits, they got a sales agent that gets commission when they sell you products.
Yeah, which is great. So my question is I know that you also you're in stock and you're in crypto. You also, I think you said something along the lines of like you're also in real estate as well. Is that true?
Yes. And most
Nice.
of my net worth
So,
is in real estate. So whenever I show you guys any of my stock accounts, it's not compared to what I own in real estate.
mhm. So what kind of opportunities do you actually like go into? Like, what areas are you most interested in and things like that when it comes down to real estate?
So
Because like
real
that's
estate is
not,
a
I think that's
very
like the new place where I want to really put a lot of my money too.
real estate is a very crowded trade. We have way too many agents. The only thing I can suggest if you're trying to get into real estate, the thing that makes a lot of money is the loans because of all the fees, right? So if
Mhm.
you want a career in real estate, I really feel like the people that do the loans on real estate, whether it's houses or if you go to commercial, you can make a lot of money. But right now, I see a lot of inefficiency in real estate. It's super expensive and the prices are really high and it's really hard to cash flow properties. Now, if you go to certain markets, you can still cash flow. But in LA, you can't buy a property. You buy a property, your mortgage will probably be like $5,000 and you'll collect $2,000 in rent, right? So like right now, LA, the only people making money in Los Angeles real estate is because they bought like way back. They bought in 2010, which is when I was buying, 2010 to
What
2012.
about new developments and stuff like that? What do you think about those things?
Once again, the new developments, you can't make money because the home builders are charging like a premium.
Hmm.
This is where I think you can make money, and it's actually really easy. Once again,
Hmm.
I told you that tech stocks are going down, and I see a huge opportunity in tech disrupting real estate because I just told you that like there's a bunch of agents that make a ton of money. One sec. Let me see who's calling me. Okay, it's an 800 number, so I'm not gonna answer this. But
They're probably going to ask you about if your warranty on your car is done and da 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 da. Yeah, that's probably the call you could probably got.
So here's my advice. And you don't have to become a real estate agent and you don't have to go to thing. But okay, so I think there's going to be a lot of technology that reduces the cost. Okay. And have you heard of Zillow or Redfin? Have you
Oh,
ever
of
used
course.
Zillow? Okay,
Yes.
so these are great companies because guess what? Now that 3% you were giving to an agent, it's going to this tech company. This tech company is disrupting real estate and making everything cheaper. And guess what? Their stocks right now are getting destroyed. There's three real estate stocks I really like. One is EXPI. What they did is they
Yeah.
got rid
Yeah.
of the EXPI, and I believe the stock is called World Holdings. So they made it where you have no office. You know how like an agent normally goes to like a brokerage and they give like 20% of their commission? Well, they're like, you know what? We're going to make it a digital office. So you work from home. We do all of our meetings and all of the agent stuff through the cloud. And instead of us
Hmm.
taking 20% of your commission or 30% of your commission, we're going to only take 5 or 10%. So, boom, what they're doing is they're getting rid of the huge office and they're saying, no, you work remotely and we provide everything digital. Okay, so EXP, I love it. Redfin is the 1% agent, right? You go to Redfin, they'll list your property for 1% instead of 3%. And it's a lot
Are
like
you
Zillow.
serious?
So that's
You
Redfin.
said wait,
Yeah, Redfin.
Redfin?
Yeah, we'll let you basically buy or sell a property and they give you money back because you don't have to give money. Nice job. I got my real estate license and act like my own agent. Good work on that. But so Redfin's another stock I like that's disrupting. And then Zillow, everyone's heard about Zillow. They basically sell ads to real estate agents. But those three real estate tech stocks, please watch them because they're going to be going down, right? Like right now, tech is getting destroyed. And this is your opportunity to basically get into the real estate game where basically someone buys a property, someone sells a property. Guess what? Your company is taking a little piece of the pie, right? Those three
Mm.
companies. Then for mortgages, I like Rocket Mortgage. It's a part of Quicken
Rocket.
Home Loan. Rocket Mortgage, because once again, instead of dealing with a guy that calls you and sets all your paperwork, you download the app. you put in all the information instead of like, having an agent tell you what to do. And guess what? Now they can give you a better price on your mortgage because they don't have to pay an agent as much money. So that's where I think an opportunity is there. And once again, you guys can do your own research, but there's a lot of technology that's going to come and it's going to get rid of the middleman, right? And I think there's a lot of money to be made, Airbnb, Uber. So
I love that. I absolutely love. I mean, like that's one of the major movements. I think. I want to say there was like a study that was done that some of the most prominent and lucrative businesses don't own anything now, right? You have Uber doesn't own one car.
cheap.
You have Airbnb that doesn't own, one property. You have like all these different ones, that are doing all these amazing things without actually having the overhead that the old business model came with. So I think that's absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's true.
What's funny is you're sounding less and less like a model, and you're sounding more like an MBA. Like you were talking about leverage. It's just funny, but it's like now that you're kind of like going down this rabbit hole, it's hilarious. And it's like maybe in another like 3 months when I talk to you, it's just like it's so cool because I see this transition where it's like once you want to pay attention to these trends and in these things, it's not very hard. You don't have to go to school. As long as you're curious and you want to do the research, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, the internet, um, anyone can become a smart investor and anyone can basically be like an MBA. You don't have to go to school. And someone dropped another good stock. I didn't mention this. Open Door. That's another technology real estate stock that it's a great one. So
Open door.
and once again, these are my ideas. So you can take my
Mhm.
ideas and then you can find other opportunities. Just because I name these stocks doesn't mean these are the only stocks you have to buy. And just anyone here, just give yourself experience. After a year or two, you'll start to find your own opportunities because you start to put it all together. You're like, okay, now that real estate is becoming more efficient, what's the next, Uber or Airbnb, right? And
Mhm.
every stock we're talking about right now, Airbnb, the stock has been going down. So you can buy it hopefully at a reasonable price. Uber, the stock price has been going down. And so once again, like, crypto is great. Go take that money, make some easy money. But, my rule of thumb to everyone is like, if you have more than 10 grand of crypto and you don't own any stocks, you're doing something wrong. And then vice versa. If you have more than 100 grand of stocks, I'm going to be a little more like boomer, but if you have 100 grand of stocks and you don't own any crypto, you're doing something wrong. But I don't feel like there's anyone here except like, at a retirement home where they have hundreds of thousands of dollars of stock in no crypto.
I mean, yeah. I've so far I've like diversified. Like I literally have a nice blend. I found out that and to be quite honest with you, I want to share this with people who don't know this, but even in your own 401k plans, like you technically don't have to invest the way they are investing your money. You can reinvest however you want to as long as you don't pull the money out of the actual account, you can reallocate your funds however you want to. And I did not know that up until recently. And that's the craziest thing ever. I was looking at my portfolio and I was like, well, you know what? The company I was working with, you know, they got me into all these, and I'm like, I've had them for many, many years, and I'm looking at like my total earnings percentage, and I'm like, wait, after all these years, my total earnings from this security, this specific one, is only like, $100 or even less than that. Some of them were in the red. And I'm like, no, other ones were fantastic. They were doing really well. But I'm like, I went in and I started to, surgically remove the ones that were like cancerous, the ones that were not doing anything. I was like, you know what? Sell that, sell this, sell that, sell this, and that was not something I would have ever done had I like not known. Like if I had known what I know now earlier, I would have made tons more money because that
Yeah.
money
And
just sat idle in
and
an
this is
account.
why you
Yeah.
never trust the suits. And this is why I want to inspire everyone. Like, oh, I'll just give my money to the money manager and the money manager will take care of it. Like, no, they don't care. Most money managers, they're just trying to make commission. So the day you decide to look over your own finances and start making your own decisions, it's the best thing ever, because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to really care for you is you. And so, yes, you can put it in a 401k, but at the end of the day, those people are just trying to get fees. They're just trying to make, the maximum amount of fees. And once again, like, if I'm not telling you that you surgically remove like your first year, but like, you decided to go down the rabbit hole. And I know you're like a full-time model, right? You're in the modeling business.
Yeah.
And it's good. See, like, he's a model, but at least he had the curiosity to just start like learning little by little. And guess what? You can be a model, you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be whatever your career is, but everyone can learn a little bit about personal finance. And at least when the suits tell you this is the best investment, the suits are being honest.
You can double check and
And then I
know
want to
what's
give
going
I want to give a shout out. So Eli basically first said thanks. I guess he also follows you as well. He wanted to say thanks for the idea with the 401k. But what's really, really
on.
cool, I want to give a shout out. So basically, someone says, "Do you think Open Door is going to be better than Zillow?" And like, it's hilarious. But some of my followers now they think like me, and they can even answer for me. So before I can even answer, he's like, diversify. So you know how we mentioned like these four companies. I'm never telling you to put all your money in one. It's like it's better to just bet on all four horses. If you think horse one is going to do better, maybe you put like, if I think Tesla's going to do better than everyone else, I'll put most of my money in Tesla. But I'm going to buy some NEO. I'm going to buy some CCIV, right? That way, if the other horse wins, at least you got a little money on that horse. So,
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. It's true. And I will say that like knowing you has been awesome, mainly because. And by the way, should I just say Dean?
yeah, you can call
What
me
should I
Dean.
refer to you as?
So my high school friends, if you call me Dean, people are going to assume that you're my high school homies. Because in high school, I went by Dean. And then when I went to college, I go by my first name now, Cena. But in high school, a lot of my homies called me Dean. And even when I lived in Indiana, I lived in Indiana, I would always go by my last name because it's just easier. So you can call me Dean.
All right, I'm gonna say you're Midwest. We're Midwest. All
Yeah?
right, you Dean. You're Dean. You're
There you
Dean.
go. Yeah. So where in the
I'm
Midwest are you
Illinois.
from? Erie, Illinois?
I'm
Nice,
Illinois.
dude.
I'm
Okay,
Illinois.
cool, cool,
So
cool, man.
yeah, Dean. Oh, I love it. Love it.
Yeah, my
So
my
no, I mean
nickname.
I love what's that?
I was gonna say my nickname in high school was Indiana Dean. You know how it was like Indiana Jones, since I was like the only
Yeah,
kid
right.
from Indiana. Because I went to high school in California, but I had just moved from Indiana, and I supposedly had an Indiana accent. Like they gave me a hard time, and I would say pop instead of soda, and they're like, "What is this kid saying
No,
pop?"
no, no, no. You know what? Soda. That's down south, man. You got to say pop. It's just pop. Period. Pop. Pop. Period. So I have a comment here. Says Iowa girl here. Yes, Midwest in the house. Number one. There you go. But overall, I will say that it's very beautiful that you're actually doing what you're doing and like enlightening people to more than what they would ever be privy to because uh basic education does not teach you how to do anything with your money, period. In
Mm.
fact, I would say I would even argue this that our educational system teaches you the exact opposite of what you should technically do. And so hearing what you were saying is very refreshing in the sense that I knew that there was something out there that was better than what I was taught that was good. And the fact that you came in and you're like, okay, you know what? You can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that. And I'm like, okay. The first time I jumped into your chat, I was like, oh snap, for real? Oh, this is awesome. So on your end, I don't know who's in your chat right now, but like listen to this man. Listen to this man. If you're in my chat, follow this man. If you're not following him, follow this dude. He has an amazing amount of information that's going to literally put you in a place where you're questioning everything that you were ever told. and it's going to probably result in the best. I'm not a financial advisor, but take a look at it. So
Well,
I have to go do
yeah.
like the little advertising thing, whatever. So yeah.
So one of my followers wants to know where in Illinois, because he's also from Chicago. So he wants to know where in Illinois.
Oh, so I was on the south side of Chicago. That's where I was born.
Okay.
But then I actually moved from there to Galesburg. So if you're familiar with Illinois, I'm from like Galesburg, Illinois. Very, very, very small town. That's where I'm from. So yeah.
And so
And
what I'm
I
trying to,
had what's that?
and I was gonna say, so what I'm trying to do with everyone is just I want to plant like this like virus that makes you think differently, right? And what's cool is like, once I got you to kind of like realize like, hey, school's kind of a joke and like I got to take control. Now I want you, you know what I mean? Like now you, as you become more and more experienced, I know you're not a financial advisor and I'm not, but now you can spread the word too. You know what I mean? It's kind of like maybe the gospel where it's like, yo, like if you don't want to be in a 9 to 5 dead end job and just basically, like not have like a real retirement, there's ways that, anyone here like what I try to tell everyone, anyone here, if you really try, like if they're doing what you're doing and you're like educating yourself and actually paying attention, anyone here in 10 years can have $100,000 in stocks. I believe that, or crypto or real estate, whatever. And I do really believe in 20, 30 years anyone can be a millionaire. You just have to try and you just have to be consistent for that 10, 20, 30 years. Anyone can do it, right? And so my
That's
goal
true.
here is to spread that message that like, hey, like, look, you're a professional model, but I bet you anything, if you really enjoy this stuff, in 2, 3 years, you'll know more than 90% of USC. I went to University of Southern California. 90% of USC MBAs, because they don't teach personal finance. We don't really talk about stocks. Instead, it's just like, hey, how do we get you this cushy corporate job so you can pay your student loans? That's literally what, or
Yeah. So I will say this. I have a really good question here. The hardest thing is helping people know what questions to ask and how to phrase it.
yeah, and I appreciate you coming here as, you're becoming less and less of a beginner. I can't really call you a beginner anymore, but it's like, you come in here and you can ask those correct questions. Because when I tried to say what I'm saying, it makes sense to me because I understand it. But what I really appreciate is you taking your time, obviously, to come here, not, have stage fright or be like, oh, is it going to be stupid for me to ask questions? And you ask really good questions. And believe it or not, when you speak to me, I also learn things and if we keep this relationship, I'm pretty sure in a year or two you might bring me something that I haven't paid attention to. Like, yo, I'm investing in this or I'm investing in that, and then you can bring it to me. You know what I mean? Because that's like kind of how I got started in real estate. Some old guy decided to give me money to buy properties. And so we bought a bunch of properties. We made money, but guess what? I got him to finally invest in Bitcoin. So like I returned the favor. He helped me get in the real estate game. He obviously helped me with capital, right? And then I return the favor. And I feel like, the same thing will happen, dude. I'm gonna get old and I'm gonna miss the next crypto thing. I'm gonna miss the next Bitcoin. But what's cool is I'm gonna try to always pretend I'm a beginner and learn from everyone. And you never know. Like, you might find the next Ethereum. You might find the next whatever the next greatest technology is. And
Mhm.
hopefully you'll let me know. You'll tell me what's
I
up.
mean, I mean, I would love to do that, definitely. So let me read some more of these comments I have because I have tons more, by the way.
Okay, yeah, go for
Let's
it. Let's go
see.
through all your comments.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see. So let's see. So another person is like from my hometown, like Sean Burke here. Good to see another person from Illinois. So that's a thing, and you know that is a thing. And let's see. Hold on, just a second. Going in here. Let's see. Um, right now you're changing your screen. Oh, actually, I do want to ask you a question about your screen, by the way. So don't change it too much. But it says, especially when making investments that would eventually make you start paying wealth tax. Ah, so wealth tax. I think that's the question that I think that a lot of people are very concerned about is wealth tax. So if you start let's say restructuring your, your investments and things like that, I think that a lot of people might be concerned with having to spend an excessive amount on, you know, putting their money in one place and then having to spend a ton of money in like taxation because they put their money there and things like that. What do you say to that?
Yeah. So it's always a good problem to have to pay taxes. So remember, you shouldn't really worry about taxes until you make a good amount of money. And then
Mm,
what I'm gonna tell everyone here, man, there's so many loopholes. I'm sorry, but like that's why you would want to get in. Like if you get over $1 million of stock in crypto, you get into real estate because most of the loopholes are in real estate. That's why we had a
mm,
president who was a billionaire, Donald Trump, and he didn't pay taxes for 10 years. So do not worry about taxes because the rich people buy our politicians and then our politicians purposely create loopholes that only rich people or the accountants, the lawyers and the accountants that they hire. So do not worry about taxes because when you get really wealthy, don't worry, you're going to hire an army of the A students, all those A students that were like, oh, teacher, I know, I know. Guess what? They're going to work for you and they're going to figure out the loopholes. So do not worry about taxes and because they're not going to tax you that much when you don't have money, and then when you do have money, you'll learn how to get around it. The only thing I would say is, I know everyone here loves a job, but they tax you. When you have a 9 to 5 W-2 job, you get there's no tax deductions, right? So if you really want to become truly wealthy and independent, I highly recommend figuring out a way to have your own business or possibly becoming like a full-time investor by just saving your job money and just letting it grow, and then eventually you can go to your boss and be like, yo, I'm out.
mm. I love that. Absolutely amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and thank you. So real quick, I'm gonna actually start going through like some of these comments that I have right now. Let's
Yeah,
see.
go for it.
So yeah. So we have
So he brought up a good point, though. It's hard to leave your job when you have a family. And that's why, once again, if you're going to do something entrepreneurial, maybe do it before you have a family. And then once you have a family, you probably need to stick to your 9 to 5 job and just do investing. And obviously, take less risk when you have a family, like stick to only Bitcoin and Ethereum, buy the high
Mhm.
quality, because it's really not, it doesn't make sense for you to take as much risk when you have a family. And you can still make easy money by buying Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Netflix. So my recommendation is not to take as many risks. So if you're young and you don't have a family, this is when you can take the risks and learn. And then if you have a family, yeah, it's probably better to be more conservative. And I have other TikTokers I recommend because they're way more conservative than me. And
Okay.
one of them, it's easy, is Nerd Finance. If you want a conservative investor, and he actually has good
Nerd
content.
finance.
Yeah, Nerd Finance, super conservative, like really just like Warren Buffett, like, and he's really nerdy too in a way. He's like a Filipino guy, and he's
Mm-hmm.
also doing his MBA at USC, so I got to give him a shout out for that too. But
Mm-hmm.
yo, congratulations! We got someone in my live stream with 1,000 shares of Apple, and my wife won't let me sell anything. I wouldn't sell it. You can get a loan. Let's do the math right now. 1,000 shares of Apple at $100, that's like 100 grand. So he has over 100 grand of Apple stock. So that means
That's
he can
awesome.
easily right now he can easily borrow $50,000 at 1% interest and not pay any taxes. That
Mm-hmm.
means for him to borrow that $50,000 for a year, they would charge him $500 to borrow 50 grand. $500 is all he would have to pay for a year.
That's nuts. So
Yeah.
I have a couple comments here. Crypto should be your riskiest investment once you're solid. Yeah. I'm definitely going to do that. Um, listening to you. Let's see. Real estate is where. Wait. Oh, um, let's see. It says here, real estate is where your write-offs are. So yeah, and it says millionaires don't work, but I do feel like they do work. I feel like the
They
whole
work, but
time
I
they're
want to make
literally.
it clear. that a lot of people that work the 9 to 5 jobs, you take any CEO of these companies, you put them in one of the
Mhm.
lower tier jobs, they wouldn't make it. They would bitch, they would cry. That's the one thing I want to bring up. All these people that are successful, yes, you're successful, but you take Warren Buffett, take all his wealth and make him start like, I mean, he's probably too old right now, but they at least Warren Buffett and what's his name, Charlie Munger, they were at least
Mhm.
humble enough to say that there was no way they would have made it like if they didn't live in their time period because and they said it was so much easier. And so I do want to bring that up that like yes, you know, you got to be smart, but at the same time, if you work a difficult job and you're grinding, like trust me, you have it in yourself to be just as successful as like the CEO. Because maybe the CEO did some stuff that was right, but at the end of the day, trust me, they're not having to deal with whatever your crappy job is, even though you might hate it. It's making you a stronger and better person, and you can
Mhm.
you can you can be just as successful. You just need to try hard and use the fact that we have ways now to you can take your money, like you don't have to find the next Apple. You can just basically put a little bit of money in the next Apple. You can put a little bit of money in the next Amazon. So you know anyone here can create wealth. You just have to pay attention and just keep trying until you get like a magic formula. And like, another thing I'd like to say is the KFC guy, the guy who founded KFC, he did it when he was
Mhm.
like 50 or 60. So,
Really?
just because, yeah, and that's why, like, you shouldn't ever put an age cap, even if you're 40 or 50 or 60. I mean, if you really try with technology and the fact that you can get all this free information, anyone here can make it. You just got to keep trying, and you got to think like 50 Cent, just keep trying until you die, right? Get rich or die trying. And then one person here doesn't he's like, okay, he was talking about his Apple shares and he's like, I don't get the not paying taxes. So I'm not saying you're not paying taxes, you're deferring taxes because you could either sell your 1,000 shares of Apple and let's just say it's 100 grand, even though your 1,000 shares of Apple's more, you would technically have to give $20,000 of taxes to the government, right? And all I'm saying is you can instead not pay those taxes and take out a $50,000 loan and only pay $500 that is tax deductible. So guess what? In the future, when you sell it, you don't have to give them 20 grand because you paid, let's just say $1,000 of interest. Now you only have to pay 19 grand because you had taken a loan instead of waiting to sell. Oh, and then by the way, that Apple stock that was $100, what if it's now $150 or $200 when you decide to finally sell it? See? So that's why there's a huge, huge advantage. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and then
Absolutely.
another thing people always say is like buy the dip, right? Buy the stocks when prices are going down. Well, I'm sorry, but it's really hard to want to buy a stock when prices are going down and like you have to put in more money, right? But it's the easiest thing in the world. When I see prices going down and I see that I have a bunch of buying power on Robinhood, it's like I'm not even putting money in my Robinhood and I'm able to buy, and it could be any of these stock accounts. But that's why it's always good to leave. Obviously don't pull all the money out, but whenever there is like a good opportunity to buy, I always make sure that I have that like extra borrowing ability in my stock account. So I'm not even putting in money to buy it. I'm just using, the stocks I'm using the wealth I already have to accumulate even more wealth. I'm not putting money in, I'm just borrowing. And if I have good assets, and I'm holding them for 5, 10, 20 years, they're going to keep going up. And like paying $500 is worth it if my $50,000 becomes 200 grand. You never know depending on what you invest in.
Right. So,
They bought
question:
their Apple
How
stock
did
at
you learn
20.
all of this? This is my main
Okay,
question to you. How did you
YouTube,
know, or how do you know this? So,
YouTube. Um, I also, I mean, YouTube's the way that I learned most of it. And then I also just think about networking. So I did grow up in an affluent area. It's called Newport Beach, California. And so that really helped, right? And like, once again, this is
Mhm.
what's so cool about TikTok. So growing up in that affluent area, I did meet a lot of people that have like net worths of more than $100 million. And so
Right.
having that network too to be able to reach out to them and kind of like talk to them, that kind of helped. But at the end of the day, I feel like you don't need that network as much anymore because the internet's out there. and you can just, those people that you would normally have to meet at a country club, because like, you'd normally meet them at a country club, or you meet them at like, USC business school, you can just meet them on the internet. And so it's like not as relevant anymore. But yeah, you're the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. And I don't know if you saw my post, but like literally out of my friends growing up, I'm the dumbest millionaire because I have friends that are much smarter than me and they're way more successful than me. But I was lucky enough to be their friends and kind of like learn from them. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, I still feel like most of my education is from YouTube. I have a YouTube premium account, like
Uh-huh.
$13 because I hate the ads. It's literally the best $13 I spend, and you get free music too. If you get a YouTube
Free
premium,
music.
yeah, it's like, yeah, you get premium music so you can listen to whatever music you want. But that's one thing I did stop doing is like I used to listen to a lot of music, and now I listen to a lot of podcasts. And a lot of these podcasts are like, what gives me the education.
That's absolutely amazing. But
Yeah.
I do have to go.
Okay. No
And
problem.
I would love to stay even longer. But I do want to reach
No,
out
no,
to
no.
you like in your DMs and stuff like that. But like
Yeah, yeah.
your
And I hope that
education.
your followers will ask you questions and like, because you're starting to learn too. And so when there's
Oh yeah.
like a hard one, like save them for me, I guess. But what would
Hmm.
be nice is they can, as you learn more, then you can kind of help your followers at least point them in the right direction, right? Because, in a couple of years, once again, like I feel like when we have these conversations, you'll be just as smart as any like MBA or whoever has like a piece of paper. I do see that you have that curiosity and just,
I
yeah,
do.
keep asking me questions and let's help everyone, take advantage.
I love that. I love that.
All right, man.
And I will talk to you later.
All right, take it easy.
Take it easy.
Hey, the volume is probably bad, so let me turn off my phone. All right, can you guys hear me? Let me know if the volume is okay. And then let me also acknowledge Weeble. You were talking about Weeble. So I like Weeble, but the issue is you can't borrow on Weeble cheap enough. I believe Weeble's like 6 or 7% to borrow. That's why I. Okay, volume's good. When am I getting a shot, brother, to pick your brain? When you get 1,000 followers, Mike Tyson. You can keep picking my brain. You can just ask me questions right now on this live stream. You know who you need to pick? Sinister Chaos. Trust me, like Sinister Chaos is a wealth of knowledge, man. And I appreciate like I like to do my live streams when he's available because sometimes when the live stream gets too crazy and there's like a bunch of people in my live streams, he'll basically answer and he already knows what I'm thinking. Because a lot of the things that Sinister Chaos says is exactly what I'm thinking and exactly. So that's one good thing. But yeah, Webull, the borrowing rate is a little too high and you can't buy fractional shares. Skype. Yeah, I mean, how about you ask these questions? We can do a Skype, but I mean, I'm trying to do the live stream. Let's remember to click those guys, put the message out. Yeah. But go ahead, Mike Tyson. If you have some questions, let's do it right now. I just type it out, man. You can type it out right now, and I will stay. I was gonna end this live stream, but go ahead. Ask me 3 good questions, Mike Tyson. I'm gonna answer all 3 of them the best I can. They're all good. So just whoever can blend to you the cheapest. But the best one is Interactive Brokers. I've been talking to Mr. Tabrizi. Well, then just use Mr. Tabrizi, bro. You can use Mr. Tabrizi on Zoom and WhatsApp. There you go. Did you lose money listening to him to Mr. Tabrizi? So I think the best one's Interactive Broker, though. Let me pull this up for Mr. Lopez. Hold on one second. I want to show you how cheap it is to borrow. And I think Interactive Brokers is the best. Let me show you this. Right. Give me one second. Yeah. anyone here, go get a Lite account. It's a better deal than Robinhood. To be honest, the only reason I pushed Robinhood is because it's so easy to use. But to be honest, man, it's the same deal. This is a better deal. See, even if you have less than 100 grand. Yeah, Sinister Chaos. Do I have the name right? Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up your thing. Yep. Sinister Chaos. Please follow him. 312. He's in my chat. Okay, go ahead and ask me whatever questions you want, Mike Tyson. I will wait for you. I was going to go on a walk right now and end this live stream, but you get 3 questions you can ask, okay? Dude, so many people ask me about Shiba coin. The problem is if people are asking about it, you're probably too late. But if you want to put in a little bit of money to like let it go for you. I am for Australia when struggling trying to get the use of the markets. Okay. You know you can use interactive brokers. It's really good for international people. My girlfriend Annie, who's Chinese, she was able to get an account with interactive brokers. So if you're if you're outside of the US, I think interactive brokers will still work and it's a pretty good deal. Oh, we got 40. Yep, that's it. This is the best one, guys. Hands down. They spank everyone else. And they have a stock yield program. So let's just say you have 100 grand of stocks. They will pay you 4.5% on those stocks. So if you just leave your stocks with Interactive Broker for a year, they give you, click on my profile link. If you click on my profile link in my link tree, there's a referral code. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th button on my profile link. And you can use interactive brokers. But anyways, let me tell you this before you sign up. So if you have 100 grand, they will pay you 4.5 grand. They normally pay around 4.5% to borrow your stocks. So stock yield program. And that way you don't have to do options. You don't have to do calls. You just leave it with interactive brokers and you let the other people do it. Yes, they lend to everyone. So Michael, go open up an interactive Lite because that doesn't charge any fees. And you just need to put in 2 grand. $2,000 and you can borrow from interactive brokers. Thank me later. Literally, it's the best way to borrow money, man. Look at this. This is my goal. I'm almost to $1 million, and when I get to $1 million, I can borrow at 0.75%. But even right now, you know, I have more than 100 grand with interactive brokers. Dude, 1%. That's crazy, dude. It's crazy, and I don't know how they can do this. It's freaking amazing. But you know, now you guys knew, and now you guys know. All right, Mike Tyson, I was waiting for you to give me your questions. What about Ramp DeFi? I've never heard of Ramp DeFi, so that's something maybe if you have a referral code, give it to me. I'll sign up. I'll try it out. Remember, I'm not just pushing my own referral code. So if you have a service that you like and you want me to sign up for it, I will. Because I'm just trying to educate myself, and you know I want to understand all of the new platforms and technology. So literally, you got a new account. I'll sign up for it. Hopefully, we both get. Yeah, exactly, dude. I already make enough money. Both Sinister and I, we make more money, you know, on our own investments. We don't sell classes, but we might have to pump Chaos Coin because everyone knows Chaos Coin is going to the moon. But hey, I want to be 100% honest. I wonder why this live stream is so dead. We normally, you know, I don't want to like be like a Debbie Downer, but normally, like even this morning, I normally always have 50 people in my live stream, and there's only 10 people, and I don't know, maybe there's better people live streaming, but this has definitely been the least amount of people I've had in my live stream in a while. No one likes. If everyone starts, yeah, everyone needs to tap the like button. But anyways, let me go ahead. I want to go. Everyone's watching Dogecoin, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this live stream. I think it was a great interview that I had with Pierre, so I want to put that on there. And maybe how do we know? So I try to go live every morning when the stock market opens. That's 6:30 California time, but I usually don't really live stream till 7. But for sure by 8 o'clock California time, so that's 11 o'clock Eastern. Someone's calling me. Let's see who's calling me. Is it a spam caller? Nope. It's the dictator. Hold on. Let me take this call really quick. Hello? Yeah, I'm at home. Okay, cool. Okay, I see you soon, Annie. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna go because there's not that much activity today, and Annie's gonna be coming over. So thank you for coming on my live stream, guys, and hopefully we get more people and more questions. But it was really cool to interview Pierre and talk to him, and I appreciate you guys watching this. So have a good one, guys. Peace.